It is no longer news that the UK is replacing all physical documents like BRP and BRC, biometric resident card, biometric resident permit with e-visa. E-visa is an online record of your immigration status. If you're on a visa that is more than 6 months, you would have gotten an email from the Home Office. I will quickly run through that email and highlight the importance of you registering on the UK VI. We are contacting you with information in case you plan to travel to the UK soon. The UK border and immigration system is becoming digital. You may have seen that we are replacing physical documents like biometric residence permits and cards, BRP, BRC, with an online record of your immigration status. This is known as an e-visa and is accessed via a UK visa and immigration account, UKVI. Using your e-visa to travel, your e-visa will be used to confirm your right to travel to the UK if you travel internationally. You should check your current passport or travel document is linked to your e-visa before you travel. So if you are an immigrant, you need to open an UKVI account and link your passport to your UKVI account to allow you easy access entry to the UK. If you manage the UKVI account of any family members, you should also check that their current passport or travel document is linked to their e-visa before travel. If you have children, dependents, you have to open for each person so as to ensure that they don't have issue when they are traveling. You can check the travel documents linked to your e-visa and update if required. They drop a link you need to check if need be. Why carriers should be able to check your e-visa automatically, you may still be asked to show evidence of your immigration status as we transition to e-visas. You may therefore find it helpful to create a share code in advance of travel and carry it with you. You can then print, write down, or otherwise store the share code to be able to provide it when needed. A share code is valid for 90 days. So can be created in advance of travel. You can find more information about the share code at www.gov.uk view proof immigration status. If you manage the UKVI account of any family members, you will be able to generate a share code for them as well. Carrying your BRP or BRC card even if it expires. If your BRP or BRC card issued through the EU settlement scheme expires on or after 31st December 2024 and you continue to have permission to stay in the UK, you should carry this card with you when traveling internationally. Carriers such as airlines will be allowed to accept these expired cards for travel to the UK until 31st March 2025. Having gone through the email from the Home Office, let us now go on the UK site, the gov.uk site, to check what the e-visa is all about. And what is an e-visa? Just as on the site, an e-visa is an online record of your immigration status and the condition of your permission to enter or stay in the UK. You need to create a UKVI account to be able to access your e-visa. Updating your physical document to an e-visa does not affect your immigration status or the condition of your permission to enter or stay in the UK. You can use an e-visa to travel to the UK together with your current passport, which must be linked to your UKVI account. So in essence, you have to link your current document to your UK, to your e-visa. You have to open your UKVI account. If you have any dependents, you have to open for each one of them, and you link this document to their UKVI account. And use an e-visa to travel to the UK together with your current passport, which must be linked to your UKVI account. You should also get a share code to prove your immigration status before you travel. Your carrier may ask for it. A share code is valid for 90 days, just as is being stated in the email. The benefits of e-visas include they are secure and cannot be lost, stolen or tampered with, unlike a physical document. So these are the benefits of having a UKVI account. Why do I need to get a UKVI account? UKVI are replacing physical documents with an online record of your immigration status. We've said that before. You do not need to pay to create a UKVI account. You don't need to pay any for it. How will I use my UKVI account? Once you have created your UKVI account, you'll be able to view the details of your e-visa online. For example, your type of permission, when it expires, and your condition of stay in the UK. All of this will be on the e-visa. You should report an error to UKVI if your details are wrong on your e-visa. For example, your name or immigration status. You can update your personal information in your UKVI account, such as your contact details. Your e-visa will be linked to your passport in your UKVI account. You must keep your passport or ID card details up to date in your UKVI account, and tell us about any changes so that your immigration status can be easily identified at the UK border. You should make sure your personal details are up to date well in advance before you travel. You may be delayed or denied boarding by carriers if your information is not correct. You will still need to carry your current passport with you. If you've told us you have a new passport and you are still waiting for confirmation that your UKVI account has been updated, you should also carry your old documents with you if possible to avoid unnecessary delay at the border. You can share your immigration status information with third parties, such as employers or landlords, by generating a share code, okay, which will give them time-limited access to your immigration status information. You will not need to wait for or collect a physical document after your application is decided. You might still need to provide biometric information in person, and we will tell you if need to do this. Okay, one of the benefits also is that you don't need to wait to collect any physical documents even after you submitted the application. If your visa is granted, it will be uploaded directly on the UKVI, on your UKVI. So you don't need a physical document. It will be quicker and easier to provide your status at the UK border and share your status with third parties like employers and landlord. So these are the benefits of opening a UKVI account. You do not have to remember a single unique code to be able to prove your status. We will continue to share relevant information about your immigration status automatically with some government departments and other public authorities. This will reduce the need for you to interact with online services when proving your immigration status. So for children, everyone must have their own UKVI account. Where a child under the age of 18 is unable to create and manage their own account, a parent or guardian should do this for them. So if you have a child or children, as a parent, you have to open a UKVI account for all of them. How do I get an e-visa and a UKVI account? If you have a biometric residence permit, You can use your valid or expired BLP to create a UKVI account to access your e-visa. If your BRP expires on 31st December 2024 and you still have a permission to stay in the UK, you should continue to carry your BRP with you when you travel to the UK until 31st March 2025. Keep your expired BLP card as it may help with future application to stay in the UK. You may also want it for your personal records. If you have a physical immigration document, you can continue to use it until it expires. If you do not have a valid passport, if you were granted permission to stay in the UK after the 31st October but do not have a valid passport, we will create an account for you. You will be notified by email or letter with instruction on how to access it. If you have another physical document, if you have indefinite leave to enter or indefinite leave to remain, also known as settlement or settled status, and you currently prove your right through a different type of physical document, such as a wet ink stamp in your passport, you should make a free no time limit application. On the site, there are so many information you might want to read up. If you fall into any of these categories, go on the site, update yourself so that you'll be aware of the present condition. If you are settled in the UK and you do not have a document to prove your right to stay in the UK, if you or your parents were settled in the UK on 1st January 1973, or you arrived in the UK before the end of 1988, you should check if you're eligible to apply for evidence of your status, okay, under the Windrush scheme. If you have a biometric resident card, and you have been granted status under the EU settlement scheme, then you already have an e-visa and you do not need to take any action to obtain one. You can find details of how to access and use your e-visa in your grant letter or email. If you are a British or Irish citizen with a passport, or you have the right of abode, if you are a British or Irish citizen and you hold a British or Irish passport, you do not need an e-visa or a UKVI account and do not need to do anything. You should continue to use your passport to prove your status in the UK. So on the UK site, there's so much information that can help you know the category you belong to. So you can do well to go onto the site and read up, update yourself about the current situation regarding the e-visa. All right, till I come your way again next time. See you.